Election day is approaching and the City of Kent has its own contested race. See who the candidates are and what they hope to bring to City Council.
A former Kent Roosevelt High School student has been charged after making a bomb threat on social media. We have the details on his first trial days.
And details about the Maine visit from President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden coming up.
Today is National Sandwich Day, arguably our new favorite day here in the studio. We have more on where you can go tonight in Kent to celebrate. These stories and more as TV2 News starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Good evening, Portage County, and welcome to your Friday evening newscast. I'm Erin Sullivan.
And I'm Lex Radde.
And we start tonight's newscast with information about who's on the ballot for the next Kent City Council representative for Ward 4.
Our own Michael Neenan has more on the story. Hi, Michael.
That's right, guys. The City of Kent is holding elections for the Ward 4 district. And for the first time in years, it looks to be a contested race. I spoke with both candidates about their bids. The City of Kent is split up into 6 districts called wards, with each one electing a representative to the City Council. Ward 4 will be electing a new City Council member. The race is between John Kuhar, a Republican, and Chris Hook, a Democrat.
I think the number one prerequisite for the job is just enthusiasm. I'm excited, I'm curious. I acknowledge that I don't know everything, and that's okay. That, if I get into office, I'm going to be doing a lot of research and a lot of interviewing and talking to people who know the city a lot more than I do, with ins and outs.
Ward 4 is the only contested race in all of Portage County between a Democratic and Republican candidate.
I have a very strong libertarian thing about me, but I don't like to complain about things without trying to have action to correct them.
Kuhar is the incumbent Ward 4 councilman and hopes to keep his position, which he has held for the past 17 years. Kuhar was born and raised in Kent and enjoys serving the community.
I have a lot of experience. I have a lot of hometown knowledge, and nobody can care more about this town than I do.
The other candidate on the ballot is Chris Hook, also a longtime resident of the city.
And so I moved here when I was 7 years old. I went to St. Patrick's Elementary School, Walls Elementary, Stanton Middle School, Kent Roosevelt, Kent State. And so Kent has just always been my place of refuge, my hometown.
Hook hopes to complete what would be an all-Democrat city council if elected, and be a voice for the younger residents who live in Kent. Hook has also been vocal about the upcoming statewide ballot initiative, encouraging constituents to vote yes on issues 1 and 2.
So I'm a big public health advocate, and so issue 1 is top of mind. Issue 2 as well.
On the other hand, John Kuhar believes he cannot speak for everyone and encourages voters to choose for themselves how to vote on both issues. Both candidates are hoping for a large turnout and encourage residents to vote. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Michael Neenan.
Thanks, Michael. A celebration for the 10th anniversary of the Center for Sexual and Relationship Violence Support Services is currently taking place at the Student Center. SERVS is celebrating 10 years of service on campus in the ballroom balcony till 7 p.m. There are refreshments being served as a community gathers together to show support for SERVS and their services.
And if you're in need of dinner plans tonight, look no further. Kent State is hosting an international potluck tonight, but there's a catch. Those attending should bring a culturally inspired dish. The dinner will start at 5 at the Williamson Alumni Center, and a raffle for a $25 gas gift card is also happening at the event.
Skyhack, an aviation design challenge, is taking place all weekend long. Students participating in the challenge work in teams to explore issues in the aviation industry, such as unmanned aerial vehicles, pathogens on planes, sustainability, and much more. The event also provides free food, refreshments, and prizes. The last day of the challenge is Sunday, ending at 1 p.m.
University Hospital's Portage Medical Center in Ravenna is hosting their 36th annual celebration of lights on December 6th. The celebration is aimed to show appreciation for those who bring good tidings and joy during the holiday season. Now the event will include a holiday handbell performance, ornament decorating, and a candlelit vigil to remember past loved ones. All money collected at the event will go towards the UH Portage Medical Center.
A dam not even located in Portage County is receiving millions of dollars for modifications. The Portage County Board of Commissions have budgeted up to $2 million for a dam just west of Suffield Township in Summit County. The dam has been deteriorating so much that county commissioners believe something needs to be done. They are trying to obtain state grants to remove the dam completely and turn it into a creek. However, the process of the plan is receiving backlash from residents in the area.
And it's time to turn back those clocks. Daylight savings time ends early Sunday morning.
That's right, those clocks will fall back an hour to standard time. Now, the plan to ditch daylight savings has been talked about in the U.S. for a few years, but here in Ohio, it's here to stay. And with that, we're going to toss it over to our weather anchor, Odin. Hey, Odin.
Hey, guys. Well, hopefully I can get that extra hour of sleep tonight. That'll be pretty nice. Hello, Portage County in Northeast Ohio. I hope you're having a great Friday evening out there. I'm TV2 weather anchor Odin Amador-Gorby with your Friday evening weather forecast. Now, currently in Kent, we are seeing sunny skies out there on this beautiful fall day. The fall foliage is amazing. 60 degrees out there, feels like 57 with that slight little wind chill. Feels amazing for sure. Dew point at 22, winds are moving north at 12 miles per hour, a little gusty out there. Humidity at 24% and visibility at 10 miles, so it's definitely perfect road conditions for people traveling to and from work and home today. And as we look across our Northeast Ohio region right now, we are dealing with fall temperatures all across the area today. 60 degrees in Kent, 62 in Cleveland, 60 in Sandusky, Mansfield at 60, Worcester 60, Ashtabula at 63, Youngstown at 61. It is definitely a beautiful fall evening out there for sure, but that's going to change in this coming week as I'll explain in my future forecast. But anyway, as we look towards your hour-by-hour forecast, we are going to be dealing with cloudy skies towards 7 o'clock. The temperatures are going to start to lower as the sun goes down. It'll be lows will be hitting 51 degrees towards 7 p.m. 9 o'clock we'll continue with those cloudy skies. Lows will go down to 50, and we'll continue the same weather pattern through 11 o'clock with temperatures going down to 50. That's all I have for now, folks. In my next update, I'll have your big weekend weather forecast. Until then, back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. A former Kent Roosevelt High School student is expected to appear at the Portage County Court of Common Pleas Monday. Meyer Logan Gillespie was arrested and charged with terroristic threats after posting a bomb threat on social media last week. Police say the 18-year-old said the post was a joke, but this is not the first time it's happened. During the investigation, police found he made the same threat on 2 separate occasions. Now, TV2 will have updates on this developing story, so be sure to check out our website at kentwire.com for updates.
Youngstown police are still investigating a murder that makes the city's 16th homicide case of the year. The detective bureau said that officers were called to a home at about 10:30 a.m. last Thursday, where they found a 52-year-old man's body who had been shot. Police are not releasing the victim's name and did not give any other details other than the man was shot several times.
A 64-year-old Mansfield woman is dead after being involved in a deadly car crash on I-39. The woman was sitting in the passenger side of the car after it was struck. Now, the Ohio Highway Patrol said that the driver collided with the woman's car, and he was Alan Vasquez of Shelby. Now, Shelby is accused of failing to yield to the other vehicle, which resulted in both of them colliding. President Biden visited Maine after 18 people were killed in a mass shooting last Wednesday. We'll have more of what he said.
And updates on the current trial of former President Donald Trump coming up after this break.
Welcome back. We've got quite a few health updates this evening.
Our own Brian Muetzel has these stories. Hi, Brian.
Thanks, Erin and Lex. Good evening, Kent State and all of Portage County. I am Brian Muetzel, and tonight we've got some health issues that need to be addressed. Get this! The Food and Drug Administration is proposing to ban the use of brominated vegetable oil, as it has an additive found in some sodas. FDA says it has concluded that brominated vegetable oil, or BVO, is no longer considered safe, after animal studies showed that it was toxic to the thyroid gland. California has banned this last month, becoming the first state in the U.S. to do so. The ingredient has also been banned in Europe and Japan. Did you know 1 in 4 middle school and high school students use e-cigarettes? They use them on a daily basis. That's according to the 2023 National Youth Tobacco Survey from the Food and Drug Administration and Center for Disease Control Prevention. The good news is the survey showed that e-cigarettes use is down by about 4% among high schoolers, falling from about 14% to 10%. Prescriptions for weight loss and diabetes are on the rise across the U.S., and it is causing a boost in sales to sue pharmaceutical companies. Thursday, the Novo Nordisk company behind Ozempic and Wegovy reported a 29% increase in sales to an $8.4 billion for the third quarter. Allegedly, the maker behind the diabetes drug Mounjaro reported a 37% increase to $9.5 billion during the same time period. Both Ozempic and Mounjaro are injectable prescription medicines intended for adults with diabetes, but that's not going to stop the researchers. Health is an important fact of our life, with new studies showing how progressing to higher health in the nation. It is up to us to keeping our bodies healthy. Reporting from the Franklin Hall studio, I'm Brian Muetzel, TV2 News.
Thanks, Brian. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden are currently in Lewiston, Maine, as the community grieves for the 18 lives taken in the deadly mass shootings on October 25th. The President and First Lady are paying their respects to victims of the attack and to meet with first responders, nurses, and others who were on the front lines of the response. Stephanie Feldman, director of the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention, said that Biden will continue to do everything in his power to stop the epidemic of gun violence.
And former President Donald Trump's son, Eric, continued his testimony Friday in the New York Attorney General's ongoing civil fraud case against the Trump family. On the stand, Trump said he stands by financial statements he signed on behalf of his father in 2020 and 2021. Later, outside the courtroom, he said the trial was politically motivated, calling it a witch hunt.
We've done absolutely nothing wrong. We have a better company than they could have ever imagined. And this is a big charade that's a huge waste of taxpayer money. And it's the very reason everybody's moving out of New York State, and I was actually one of them. It's sad, it shouldn't happen. I love this state. This state is absolutely going to hell. And it's because of people like the Attorney General of New York.
Former Donald Trump appointee Frederico Klein has been sentenced to 70 months in prison for his role in the January 6th riot. Klein worked for the State Department at the time and had assaulted multiple police officers during the attack on the Capitol. Some of his assaults took place in the Lower West Terrace Tunnel, which had one of the most violent scenes that day. Klein's lawyer claims that his client had not planned to attack the Capitol.
Welcome back, everyone. Now we're going to take a look at your statewide temperatures all across our beautiful state of Ohio today. And as we can clearly see, we are seeing that fall-like temperatures all across our state today. 60 degrees in Steubenville, Akron at 60 degrees, Athens at 62, our state capital, Columbus, 61, Lima at 60 degrees, Dayton at 61. But look at Cincinnati, a whopping 63 degrees out there for sure. It is definitely a nice fall evening for sure. Great for pumpkin picking and everything like that. And as we look across our area for our weekend forecast, we are going to see cloudy skies will commence across the area tomorrow with only a high of 53 degrees. So it's going to be a little chilly out there for sure. Winds will be light and variable at 6 miles per hour. Sunset at 6:17 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as we look towards your Sunday outlook, we're going to be dealing with the 50s once again, 56 degrees, bless you. And we'll be doing partly cloudy skies all day long with winds moving west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And look at this, sunset will be at 5:16 p.m. So as you can tell, we are definitely entering winter as the days get shorter and shorter. And as we look across our 7-day outlook, we are going to see this weather pattern continue where cloudy skies will commence across our area Saturday with a high of 53. And then Sunday, we'll see some partly cloudy with some sun, but then we're going to look towards Monday and throughout the whole week, we're going to deal with a rainy pattern with highs up in the 60s for Monday, and then we're going to deal with that rain pattern for Tuesday through Thursday. But as you can clearly see, we'll deal with a cold front that'll head towards our area towards Thursday and Friday, bringing temperatures down to the 40s. That's all I have for now for my Friday evening weather forecast. Hope you have a great weekend ahead. As we head into November, please stay dry out there. Have a great weekend, everybody. Back to you guys at the news desk.
Thanks, Odin. For the past 3 days, the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower and USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier strike groups have been training in the Mediterranean Sea. CNN reports it included a ballistic missile defense, maritime security operations, and high-value unit defense. The purpose was to deter further escalation of the conflict in Gaza.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken visited Israel and pressed the government about its ongoing offensive bombarding Gaza City. He is urging Israel to pause on the fighting so humanitarian assistance can be sent to Palestine. Blinken said that Israel has a right to defend itself, but civilians should not be suffering the cost of this war. Israel reportedly will not agree unless the deal includes the release of Israeli hostages held captive by Hamas.
Nike is releasing shoes for toddlers. Hear about this new invention and how it helps the little ones.
With one season of KSU sports wrapping up and another about to get started, we're going to toss it around campus to stay informed on all the exciting action going down this weekend.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
What's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. I'm Timmy Carlile, and welcome back to another TV2 KSU Sports Report. Let's get things started with the Thursday night football breakdown. And we are going to go ahead and jump to the place formerly known as Heinz Field, where Kenny Pickett and DeAndre Hopkins are going to lead their teams out of the tunnel. We're going to jump right to the fourth quarter. Steelers up 20-16, and the game potential winning pass is intercepted by Kwan Alexander. Couldn't believe it. That's going to seal the deal. Kenny Pickett getting his 7th game-winning touchdown in the fourth quarter or overtime, tying the second most over the last 2 seasons. Actually, he's in second place behind Kirk Cousins. But let's jump from the NFL to the NCAA now for the exclusive Friday night news segment, Tossing Around with Timmy, where we take a look at everything going on in Kent State athletics. Starting off with our fall sports. The volleyball team got things started at 6 p.m. and the first of a 2-game series facing off this week against Central Michigan. The game's first serve is set for 4 p.m. tomorrow, which is going to be senior night in Game 2. Field hockey is heading to the Mid-American Conference Championship, playing in a tournament game tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. And after an awesome 2-1 win over Western Michigan, the Flashes soccer team has advanced to the MAC Tournament Finals. They look to take down the Ohio University Bobcats this Sunday at 1 p.m. Last time they faced off this season, KSU took home the win after defeating the Bobcats 1-0 in Athens back on September 21st. Finishing up the fall sports, football looks to bounce back after falling to Akron last week, hosting the Bowling Green Falcons on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Now, we're going to transition into some winter sports here. The wrestling team is heading to the Clarion Open to start their season. Wrestling matches will start at 9 a.m. on Sunday. Next, the women's basketball team will be hosting Muskingum for an exhibition matchup on Sunday with tip-off set for 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This is the last preseason tune-up for the Lady Flashes basketball team, as they will be starting their regular season next week. They were picked to finish 3rd in the 2023-24 MAC Women's Basketball Preseason Coaches Poll. Lastly, the men's basketball team welcomes Malone University to campus for a match next Monday, November 5th at 7 in the evening. They were picked to finish 2nd in the men's basketball preseason coaches poll. That's going to do it today, and that's going to wrap up another TV2 KSU Sports Report. I've been Timmy Carlile, and for more updates on Kent State athletics, be sure to visit kentstatesports.com.
Might want to grab some bread because it's National Sandwich Day. The lore behind the easily made lunch and where to celebrate coming up after this break. Nike has came out with a new shoe, the Nike Swoosh One, which is designed to help toddlers learn how to walk. The shoe was given the American Podiatric Medical Association seal of acceptance for promoting natural gait development, which is crucial for early walkers.
November 3rd marks National Sandwich Day. Legend says it was named after John Montagu after the 4th Earl of Sandwich in Great Britain during the American Revolution. Montagu asked his servants to just bring him slices of meat between bread. The story goes his friends started asking for the same sandwich. and behold, the sandwich was born. Now, if you're interested in enjoying a locally crafted sandwich in Kent, you can visit Franklin Square Deli, Mr. Hero, Penn Station, Subway, or Jimmy John's. I love me a good sandwich.
I'm going to Subway tonight.
What are you going to order?
I'm going to order the tuna sandwich
Ooh.
with the vegetables and everything. I love it. And it's healthy, too, which is so nice.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
so
Yeah.
cool. I play a lot of Pokemon, and in Scarlet and Violet, you can feed your Pokemon sandwiches. So I'm going to
Really?
celebrate Sandwich Day with them for sure.
All right, Pokemon eats sandwich. I eat sandwiches. Odin eats sandwiches.
I love sandwiches.
Lex.
I can't eat sandwiches, unfortunately. I have a gluten allergy.
So you can eat gluten-free sandwiches?
They're not that good. Well, that's all the news we have for you today.
Go eat a sandwich. I've been Erin Sullivan, and thank you so much for joining us.
I've been Lex Radde. For updates on these stories and more, visit our website at kentwire.com.
But TV2 is not done yet. An all-new episode of Kent Core premieres tonight at 9. I'm Timmy Carlile.
I'm Odin Amador-Gorby.
I'm Lex Radde.
And I'm Erin Sullivan. Have a great night, Portage County.
This is Portage County's TV2, broadcasting from the campus of Kent